for those of you that don't know me, my name's Lenina, also known as Len, Nina, Leonard, Neens, anything really, anything that sounds like my name, I'll answer to it. And I had a gastric sleeve earlier this year, and I've decided, after spending a lot of time on Instagram answering everybody's questions, to just document things here and to try and help those that haven't found a support network yet, or are looking into surgery, or quite early into surgery. So yeah, that's why I've decided to start this YouTube channel. I do understand everybody's journey is different, so the things I talk about in my videos, they're relevant to me and maybe to you, but it's just from following the advice that I was given post-op. So I started this journey at 17 stone 8, which is also 246 pounds and 111.6 kilos. So fairly, I had a very high BMI. I'm only 5'6", so a bit taller than average. And I now, as of the 12th of October, weigh exactly 11 stone, which, let me just check, is 154 pounds or 69.9 kilos. 11 stone was originally my goal, and now that I'm here, I'm not quite happy yet. So I've decided to go another half stone, so 7 pounds or 3.2 kilos in total. So I should hopefully reach that within the next 6 weeks or so. The weight loss has slowed down quite a lot. So yeah, just a little bit about me. So I live in Oxfordshire in England, as you can probably tell from my accent. Everybody laughs at it on Instagram. And I spent most of my life in Hampshire in the UK. Growing up, I wasn't overweight. I don't think I was, no. I kind of, as I got to about 11, 12 years old, I kind of blew up like a balloon. And then as I was 15, 16, I went smaller again, probably a size UK 14. And then when I left school, went to college and did all of that, I got into a relationship, not a brilliant relationship, and the weight just piled on me. And at my heaviest, I think I was around probably 18 stone. After that relationship ended, I managed to lose 2.5 stone, and I don't know what that is in kilos, sorry, but it's a fair bit. So I was weighing at about 15.5 stone. I then got into another relationship with my current partner now, who we have this lovely house and 4 dogs with, and I put the weight back on again. And at the time of my surgery, I was 17 stone 8, so the 111.6 kilos. And at that point, that's when I kind of decided enough is enough. I need to do something about it. I tried all the diets and things, and I will just add in that I suffer from polycystic ovaries. For those of you that don't know, it's kind of a hormone imbalance, causes infertility, which I have suffered with for many years. I don't have any children as of yet, but I will cover polycystic ovaries on another video, as I know a lot of people are really interested in that. So yeah, so I tried everything I could. I'm not the most committed person in the world, and actually I researched my options, so band, balloon, sleeve, bypass, and I kind of narrowed it down to either a sleeve or a bypass for me. But because of my age, and I thought, I'll give the sleeve a go, because if the sleeve doesn't work for me, I could go to a bypass. So I decided to go ahead and have the sleeve done on the 5th of February 2020, so this year. I'm now 8 months, 2 weeks post-op, something like that, and have hit my goal. So for me, the sleeve has worked wonders, and it's been amazing, and I can't imagine my life without it now. And I just did need that one thing, that tool to stop me being able to binge eat. And it doesn't stop me from eating the wrong foods, but it certainly stops me from eating them in excess. So for me, yeah, they're my reasons for surgery, and I think the biggest reason is fertility, and that up until probably about 4 months ago, I was very much scared of the fact that I probably would never be able to conceive naturally on my own. But now that the issues I have with fertility and that the symptoms have subsided, and actually there are improvements there, it is more likely that I might be able to do it naturally. If not, I'll have an even better chance with the fertility clinic. So yeah, so they are my reasons for surgery, and I think that, yeah, I am happy, very happy. Much more confident. If you would have said to me 8 months ago that I would be sitting here doing a YouTube channel that, technically the whole of the world could just log on and see, I would say absolutely no way. Even to wear a jumper like this, absolutely no way. So I will go through and talk more about my surgery, where I had it, and at the end of the video I will be showing some before and after photos so that you can see what I look like before. A lot of people say I look like a totally different person. However, I don't, because I've got a massive head. It's still huge. But yeah. So yeah, let's go on to the surgery abroad. Last year, I would say November 2019, I had a friend of mine, we went out for dinner and she said, oh, by the way, I'm going abroad to Turkey to have some surgery done. And I said, oh, okay, what surgery? She said weight loss surgery, and she explained to me how the sleeve works. So for those of you that aren't aware of how the sleeve works, they remove, depends where you go, but where I went, they remove between 80 and 85% of your stomach. Which obviously reduces the amount that you can eat at any one time. And as soon as she said that to me and explained it to me, I thought to myself, actually, I think that's what I want. I don't think too much into things, and once I've made my mind up about something, that is it. There's no change in my mind. So I saw her journey. She went ahead. And that was in November, and I booked my surgery then for February, and I went on my own, travelled to Turkey. I actually got to meet some of the people that I would be sharing, the hotel wing with, and they went with the same company, so I booked with a company, and I won't name drop them because I haven't asked them if I can, but I will. I'm happy to private message people to let them know, as I do tag them in my Instagram posts and things. So I went with a company, an English owned company, where the owners speak English, all of their carers, they're all English, the admin team, everything. So there wasn't, that language barrier. And I decided to go with them, and I found, I think it was 4 other people that were having the surgery on the same day, and we met up at the airport, and they were all with their partners, except for one. We were alone, so that made the journey so much easier. We then got to the airport in Izmir in Turkey, and I went to Echo Hospital. I think that's how you say it. Everybody says it differently. We went to Echo Hospital, where we were met by the team, and I'm trying not to say that, it just wants to come out. But yeah, so we were met by the team there, and we had some tests done. I think the first set of tests that I had was a urine test and a blood test, and that was in the evening. And then we all had some food before our cut-off, and then we went to bed, knowing that on the next day we would be having all of these extra tests done. Now in the UK, and this isn't categorically because it depends where you go, but one place that I spoke to in the UK about having surgery here, they were only going to do a blood test. So these tests were huge for me, because I wanted to know that I was in my best health. I've had many operations before on the NHS and privately, so you know, it was important to me that I was having this done. You know, it's quite a big procedure, being at the top of my game, I guess, at Top Health. So yeah, so we had the urine test, the blood test. We then, I'm going to miss some because there were so many. We had like a lung capacity test, a heart test. We met with the surgeon, the medicines doctor, psychiatrist. God, there's definitely more, but I cannot remember them all. But they were so extensive. And when it came to actually getting our test results, I found out that I was pre-diabetic. I was deficient in B12, or I needed a B12 injection. I had a grade 1 fatty liver. Yeah, so there were things that I had wrong with me that I didn't know about before. And like I said, I've had operations over the last few years, several of them, and nothing like that was ever picked up. So after all the tests, we went for an endoscopy. And before I had the endoscopy, they said to me, right, you're going first. And that's at that point, I think that's when I started feeling nerves. That's when I thought, oh my goodness, this is actually happening. But I'm not a worrier really, and I thought actually I'd rather go first, get it out of the way. So I had my endoscopy, which, do you know what, I couldn't remember a thing. And actually, when I came round, that I was obviously in a hospital bed because they were taking me down to theatre, and apparently they were wheeling me around the corridors, and I was screaming, please somebody get me a cheeseburger. Yeah, obviously shows my mentality at the time. And I also was making up handshakes with random members of staff and all sorts. So the endoscopy was absolutely fine. I did not, you know, can't remember a thing. A lot of people worry about it, especially in the support groups that I'm in. So many people worry about it, and actually I cannot remember anything. I then went down, and then had a nice, I guess a theatre nurse was with me, and the anaesthetist came down and counted down. The next thing I know, I woke up in recovery. And I was warned that sometimes people wake up after the surgery and it is excruciating pain, kind of like you can still feel them doing it. I unfortunately was one of those people, so I woke up in quite a lot of pain. I did scream, but somebody ran over to me straight away, gave me something, and I went back to sleep. And when I woke up again, I was absolutely fine. You know, discomfort, I've just had a major op, but I wasn't in excessive pain or anything like that. I was quite chilled out. And actually, I remember the guy that was sat next to me, or not, he weren't sat, he was laying next to me, he was snoring, and there was someone else shouting, and I just thought, actually, do you know what, I want to get up. So I called someone over and said, right, can you please get me my pyjamas? And I'm like, get my pyjamas on, and then they give you a ball machine and you have to like blow the balls. And I blew every single one of them straight away. And they were like, wow, that's never happened before, you're not supposed to be able to do that. And I'm like, oh, fine. And I wanted to walk back, but they insisted on putting me in a wheelchair and taking me back, which I was fine with because I'm very lazy. And then I went back to my room and slept. And then over the next few days, you know, I had nurses in and out. I had the surgeon coming in to see me, you know, changing my dressings, checking on me. But actually, being on my own, I just wanted to be independent. So, you know, someone did ask me, have you needed to go, like, did you need help to go to the toilet? And no, I didn't. And I actually washed my own hair because you're not allowed to have a shower. But I washed my own hair. You know, I was down with my sleeve buddies, crying with laughter just at being general idiots. But, you know, when I think back now, my recovery was so easy. And the team that I booked with were there every single step of the way. I couldn't fault them. And actually, even to this day, some of them are good friends to me now. You know, and they made what could have been a really, really hard journey 1,000 times easier. And they, you know, saw us back to the airport, and that was it. And when I got home, I continued to get support from them, as well as my GP, which the GP thing I will talk about in another video. But I continued to get support from them, and I just cannot fault them, could not fault them at all. You know, there are many reasons for going abroad for surgery. For me, I was offered the surgery here in the UK, but the wait list is very, very long. And the price to have it done privately is substantial, you know, and there was about a £4,000 saving just from going abroad, and everything was included. All I needed to pay for were my flights and my medications, which weren't a lot at all. And if anyone says, do you have any regrets? Absolutely not. You know, I am due to be having plastic surgery as well. Unfortunately, it was supposed to be in 2 weeks' time, but got cancelled due to all of the restrictions at the moment. So yeah, I am itching to get back there, and that's where I'll be going back to the same team in the same hospital with people that I know and people that I trust with my life, because I do, and will continue to, because I'm gonna need, well, I don't need a lot of plastic surgery, but I'd like it, and I will talk about plastic surgery in a later video. I just wanted to first introduce myself, and talk about how I felt about having surgery abroad. And I know it's not for everyone, never will be, but I'm quite a relaxed, easygoing person, and don't let things faze me. I probably don't think about things as much as I should do, but it is what it is. So yeah, that is, in a very quick nutshell, my surgery abroad, and I am happy to answer more questions about it and point people in the direction of the team that I used, and I will ask them if I can name drop them in the next one. I just didn't want to do it without their permission. But yeah, so the last bit of this video, I just want to show you some before and after photos. I don't have many afters actually, because I've only just started to get more confident in things, but you'll be able to see the before, and obviously you can see me now. Just remember, the camera does add £10, so you know, you're always your worst critic as well, I think, and you stress yourself so much, and if only you could see people how others see you. Now, I will say with my before and after photos that they are the key to what has kept me going, to be able to compare. So if anybody is thinking of this surgery, one of my biggest things is take lots of photos. No matter how much you hate it, you will love it 6 months down the line. And another thing I have noticed is actually that I was a lot bigger than I thought I was, and at the time, I'm pretty sure I can hear my father-in-law singing, sorry about that. He's just popped round for dinner. But yeah, I think at the time, you know, yes, I knew I was, you know, a bigger girl, but I didn't necessarily know that I looked like that. And it makes me sad, it does, because I spent so many years of my life just hating myself. I would sit on my bedroom floor crying, refusing to go anywhere, because I felt that people would look at me, and you know, I wasn't excessively, you know, yes, I was obese technically according to BMI, if you listen to BMIs, but I wasn't excessively overweight. But for me, you know, I thought everybody else was absolutely gorgeous, and other people that were similar weight to me, I thought, wow, I'd love to look like them. I just couldn't see it in myself, and ripped everything about myself apart. And it makes me really sad now to think that I'm 25 years old, and I've spent a good 7 years being that person, and you know, 8 months on, I'm a totally different person now. And I do still have days where I think, oh no, I can't wear that because my belly's still hanging over, or oh yeah, no, can't put those on because the excess skin on my thighs is too much. But actually, you know, I'm in such a better place now, just generally just so much happier. But yeah, here are my before and after photos. Obviously you can now see what I was or did look like and what I look like now, and you know, I will continue to take photos and do comparisons, and there are a lot on my Instagram. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I will keep doing these videos and covering as much as I can. I get probably, you know, 20-30 messages a day asking me questions. I do live videos every Friday on my Instagram with a sleeve friend of mine, Jo, who I will add in her Instagram as well, because she's at the same point in her journey and she's just had plastic surgery. So I will talk about all of those frequently asked questions and anything else anybody wants me to cover. So at the end of the video I will put on my Instagram and my email as well. Some people don't have Instagram, so you can have my email. Or it would be hard to find me on Facebook because of my name, but that's more of a personal thing. But yeah, Instagram is fine, and it's vsg.losinglenx, and I'll add it now. Thank you very much for watching.